Record central bank buying lifts global gold demand.
Piling gold right now. Just look how much gold they've been quietly buying over the past.
All right, so this is what China is doing in the central bank. Look at that last line compared to the rest of the year. That's a quarterly figure on record. The largest quarterly figure on record, and 300 tons above the normal trend. Good morning, Patriots. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping. Now, you saw the chart. What the hell is going on? You have the right to ask that question because central banks are not tied to gold and silver. So why are the central banks buying every ounce of gold that they can? The U.S. stole all the gold from Iraq during that charade. They stole all the gold out of Afghanistan while leaving them $85 billion worth of weapons, which are now being used against us. Africa is having their gold supplies decimated by France and other Western European nations so they can keep Africa under their thumbs. Why are all these central banks buying up the gold? Well, it's pretty simple. They're afraid of it. They're not afraid of gold. They're afraid that you and I will only use gold or silver or another currency backed by gold and silver. And they cannot have that. They are trying to collapse the current U.S. dollar. Make no mistake. BRICS, Project Sandman, everything is designed to collapse the U.S. dollar, including and specifically what U.S. politicians have done to our dollar and the non-Fed Federal Reserve over the last, since 1971. There is no possible way the U.S. could ever repay its national debt. A large portion of it, which is owed to other countries, with the majority debt holder being the chicoms, which is all part of the plan. Remember, the Democrats and some rhinos sold their souls a long time ago to China. I'm not sure what they were promised in exchange for their treason. Very likely, as I mentioned in an earlier video, when the chicoms, the UN Blue Helmets, invade this country, when they're finally determined it's weak enough, or Pedo Joe just says, come on in, we won't stop you. China was promised the U.S., the land and the infrastructure. And as I've mentioned before, not us. They don't need us. They got people. So as they buy up U.S. farmland and properties along with Bill Gates, the U.S. dollar goes lower and lower and lower in value. China Joe stopped all oil production in this country, burned down over 100 food processing plants, stopped fertilizer, trying a fake war, all to collapse this nation so the Chinese can have it. Now, a lot of the key figures probably were promised the aforementioned governorships of certain regions of the U.S. that will be allowed to function. The map shows 10 big cesspool cities. Chinese need land, not cesspool shithole cities. So where does that leave you and I, the common folk? Because believe me, the rich have already done everything they need to do to protect themselves against the coming collapse, which they're helping facilitate. They might not be aware, like you and I are, about what happens after the collapse. Or they may have convinced themselves that due to the fact that they're the rich and beautiful people, that the fate that awaits you and I is not reserved for them. Because they have money, they assume they'll be taken care of. Okay, it would be, in a way, sweetly ironic when, I'd love to see their faces when it happens. Okay, so, parallel economy. Okay, that's what the crypto thing was kind of going after, and the politicians couldn't control that, so they had to set up two full crypto companies, FTX and now Thetford, to money launder and create the illusion that crypto is totally corrupt and unreliable, even though the Democrats are the one that corrupted it so that it would fail after they did their money laundering. Because now, as I've said, they can come out with, we need to control crypto, and we're just the people to put in rules and regulations to do just that. And they can turn it on and off with the flip of a switch. Okay? Meanwhile, they enrich themselves using this fake crypto company, did a lot of shenanigans, and that's where we're at now. So the parallel economy, at some point, you have to decide whether you're going to be part of the central bank digital currency system or you're going to be part of the soon-to-be burgeoning underground economy, parallel economy, black market economy. Doesn't matter what you want to call it, barter and trade system. That's what I... Okay, sorry about that. Once again, the phone rang. The dad. It's cold. We got a couple things to do today. But back to parallel economy. All right? I know I am not going to be part of the new system. So I am preparing to buy, sell, trade. All right? I do have silver. I have 1 ounce coins, and I have a lot of quarters, nickels, and dimes older than 1964. Now, I realize you can't eat those, okay? So I don't have all my eggs in one basket. Those are for potential that someone comes to barter and they have coins, and you almost have to make change. I'm not going to give someone one of these worth, well, right now, 30, 40 bucks for something valued at $5 because nobody has change, so to speak. I'm not going to get taken, and I don't want to take anybody. I just want to do fair trade when I have to do that. But I am preparing more for seeds. seeds of all kind. These will be gold, folks. Gold. And then I have my own 5-year storage. I use these, and then when I harvest seeds, I put them back in the original containers and I save them. But there's going to be little things that are going to be very important to a lot of people. Like this. This is $1. There are 6 coffee sticks in here. Depending on the person, you sell one or you trade all of them. I have little tiny cigarillos. People with the nicotine and alcohol addictions. I have a ton of those little tiny liquor bottles you see at the counter of every liquor store when you go in. I just bottled my first batch of homemade wine yesterday. Made a rosé. I put it in regular wine bottles, but I'm saving all my 12-ounce beer bottles that I don't use anymore when I do my home brew, because I keg and can. So those little bottles will be filled with wine. And because I'm not giving away a quart of wine when I can give away 12 ounces. Giveaway, trade, barter. Okay. I have excess, quote unquote, water filters. I have little ones for the Life Straw type. I have big ones that I use in my Berkey type water filter. It's going to take quite a trade to let me get rid of one of those. I do have food that I will trade. That's mostly canned goods that I've bought for $1, 50 cents, 39 cents. My local Aldi's, you could get canned soups for 39 cents. I bought a ton of those. They're good for 5 or 6 years. So many things you can trade. I will not trade ammo, and neither should you, in my opinion. I don't want to trade something to somebody that could very likely be used right back against me. Okay? I will take ammo from someone, but I will not give ammo to someone. Sorry, I'm going to be a one-way street on that one. You need me if you're offering me ammo. I don't need you. I'm not going looking for people to barter and trade with. I'm waiting for people to come to me. Not that I want to be in a position of advantage, but I'm doing everything I can so that I don't need to venture out of the compound into areas unknown or what I'm going into. And passerby, wayward travelers, whatever. I'm kind of far out. There ain't going to be gas. There isn't going to be vehicles, I don't think. We'll see. But I'm just setting up a small area to barter and trade for a parallel economy. Maybe at some point it will get where my curiosity, needing to know if there are other people out there and how they're doing, that I load up a backpack and a couple of us venture out and go see if we can find any signs of intelligent life, and maybe do a little barter and trade just to establish good relations. I might not really need anything, but I'll bring stuff that I think people will need, and I don't necessarily have to walk away with anything of value to me. It might be stuff that maybe I know someone else needs that I'm trading for, just so that I can trade with that third party for something I know they have that I would like to. Sorry, phone rang again. All right, I'm going to close out here because this went longer than I wanted to, but I need to stress the importance of the fact that the rich, the elite, and the powerful, they're planning for the collapse of our dollar. which means the collapse of our economy, which means the collapse of our society, so they can usher you in to theirs. No, thank you. Thanks for the invite, but I'll be turning down this one. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT, signing off.